In Anurag also with first comments. Anurag? Can we unmute Anurag, please? Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Barkha. Very good morning, and thank you for having me on the show, Barkha. I think for me, the most exciting state today would be Rajasthan, Barkha. I think Telangana looks like a no-brainer, looking at the trends, very strong trends, And Madhya Pradesh, of course, I mean, I also get a sense, traveled across length and breadth very recently. I'm fairly confident BJP will pull it through. And Chhattisgarh, of course, Congress will have a marginal edge. It's something which is very established. But I think Rajasthan would be very, very exciting to watch. And I cannot rule out the possibility of resort politics starting up in Rajasthan and how would this independence play and Vasundhara coming back. So I think I would really watch out for that Vasundhara comeback movement, Barkha.
Okay, so you believe that there's going to be a Vasundhara comeback moment, and you also believe that Telangana is the biggie. Now, typically, Anurag, you are, if I'm not wrong, and if I can categorize you that way, you're an admirer of the Modi government. But in Telangana,
yes, absolutely.
Yes, but in Telangana, you're not really rooting for the BJP. You might actually be rooting for the Congress. This is the delicious paradox. This is the delicious paradox of our politics, that people respond in a very different way at states and different way in national politics, right, Anurag?
Yes, Barkha. It's a very good question, Barkha.
Yes.
That's what people have been messaging me, calling me, because in all the news shows I've been taking, I've been clearly mentioning Congress victory and everything in Telangana. But it's my job as an analyst. I need to be truthful about, what I really analyze the situation, Barkha. But one interesting, Barkha, when I was speaking to a top journalist from Telangana, who's also happened to be an analyst, what he told me is there was BRS knew it, KCR and KTR knew it for last 5 years, that there is a very strong anti-government, mood that is brewing up in Telangana. Even in 2018, it was there. And that is exactly a result when, after 2018, all the bypolls, BJP swept with a good majority. But more than all that, all these bypolls, whether Huzurabad, whether it's Dubbaka, it is also was a candidate-specific victory. But the victory BJP got in GHMC was a very, very neutral, symbolic representation of anti-government vote that BJP could catch on. So BJP was really in the race as long as Bandi Sanjay was there, because he portrayed an image that, the anti-government votes can be brought back to the BJP, and BJP was looking very, very strong. And, Barkha, you must be knowing people like Konda Vishweshwar Reddy. He's a very veteran politician, and people like him switched side to BJP with the hope that BJP will galvanize the vote. The anti-government vote will rally, with the BJP. But I think the moment they did a self-goal and they literally gave up the election with Kishan Reddy coming in, and that perhaps I felt very, very disheartening to see the situation and the plight of BJP. And the top BJP leader was telling me, Barkha, that, the top management of BJP is very, very, annoyed by the fact that the people from the south are probably not giving them the right feedback. It happened in Karnataka. Nobody gave the right feedback. That's a sweeping Congress victory, and Modi ji went on doing huge rallies in the last leg of the election, and he was not aware about it. So the input really is not going, or maybe not being taken seriously. What is the situation? I don't know. But I think BJP's understanding of the South is still a bit of misplaced, question. And I think they need to figure it out. It's very clear with the Telangana thing that they have really given it up in a basket to the BJP, to the Congress.
Okay, I know Karthik is coming in with some more leads. Karthik, go ahead. What's the latest numbers?
Barkha, I think just echoing what Anurag was saying, Rajasthan is dead heat, 17 to the BJP, 16 to the Congress out of 33. Madhya Pradesh, dead heat of the 49, BJP 25, Congress 24. Chhattisgarh, Congress pulling ahead, 14 to BJP's 8. Telangana, Congress 3, BRS 2. Health warning, postal ballots, still very early days. But it's a little difficult to keep track. So Rajasthan now is 20-20 each, 40 seats. Initial trends have come in. But so that's what it looks like right now. Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, very close. In fact, there's no daylight between the two parties. Chhattisgarh, Congress pulling ahead. Telangana still very early days, so 3-2. Back to you, Barkha.
Okay, when we're looking at this dead heat in Rajasthan, again, it's just a few minutes past 8. Does it surprise anybody? Does anyone want to come in, Manu, on what we're seeing in Rajasthan? Yeah, Manu?
It's not surprising. And if, we were to look at the regional composition of the seats, I'm sure that they would largely be coming from the Dhundhar and Marwar belt, whereas we were getting, a dead heat in terms of vote share. So this kind of a trend was to be expected. It may tilt finally, when the marginal seats begin to get called. But again, this is no surprise. And for the viewers, I would like to suggest that they might see a lot of these score lines until the very end.
Okay, so
Barkha,
yeah. Karthik, go ahead.
Chhattisgarh has just turned 15 to 14 of the 29, 15 to 14 now. So dead heat continues. But I'll also add, a lot of these postal ballots come from government officials, let's say, right? So how does an OPS, for example, factor into this? That's another thing that one needs to consider as to which side the bureaucracy is swinging. And they seem to be big influencers. But of course, still early days. Rajasthan right now, 28 BJP, 23 Congress. Madhya Pradesh still very close. BJP 30, Congress 27. Chhattisgarh, BJP 15, Congress 14. BRS Congress, Telangana 12, Congress, BRS 11. So really, there's nothing to suggest anything right now except for that counting is underway. We are as uneducated about the election as we were 15 minutes back.
Okay, so I'm just looking at these numbers, and we're of course trying to keep pace here. We have a statement from Pawan Khera, the Congress leader, saying the results are going to exceed expectations. But the question is, whose expectations are they going to sort of exceed? We've spoken about these elections being a moment of reckoning for Ashok Gehlot. What about Kamalnath? Let's talk for a moment about Kamalnath. Kamalnath has tried. A BJP supporter was telling me that Kamalnath has tried to be a pale version of the BJP. So, agar original hai, to hum imitation ko kyun vote denge? Let's talk a little bit about what's at stake here for Kamalnath. Banu, you want to take that? Kamalnath, a very, very successful member of parliament, one of the longest serving parliamentarians of India, a kind of Sharad Pawar-esque sort of set of networks across parties. Not an easy man to mess with, certainly a formidable opponent. He continues to not believe in the exit polls that have suggested that he could lose. But going by the early leads that we're seeing, and can we please just have the numbers change on the screen, because we've just had Rajasthan. Yeah, there we have Chhattisgarh now. Let's also keep those in rotation. Go ahead, Banu.
Yeah, I think it's a moment of reckoning for Kamalnath. And see, Madhya Pradesh is a very quirky state. In fact, I would say it's the politically most complex state in India. We all get enamored by Uttar Pradesh and the 400 seats, but I think Madhya Pradesh is very complicated because there are eight regions, and 8 regions vote very differently. So that's why, it's very hard to get Madhya Pradesh correct. And coming to Kamalnath, his 1.5 years or nearly that of tenure during post 2018 has been very uneventful, and he overdoing the Hindutva card when you already have BJP has sort of confused people. So I think he has not been able to differentiate himself or differentiate his party for the voters. I mean, BJP seems to be coming for the 4th time, which should say something about the way Kamalnath has run his campaign and how the Congress has run its campaign.
Okay, we've got a sizable set of leads now from different states, and I want either Manu or Karthik to just jump in. Karthik, I'll give that to you. Let's do an overview of where we are at 15 minutes past 8. We have quite a lot of leads on our screen. We have Rajasthan, where the BJP is in the lead. We have Madhya Pradesh on our screen. Can we go through these states one by one? Karthik, go ahead.
Yeah. So again, Barkha, the quantity might look big, but the quality of these leads is still very poor because these are very, very early days, but still... for what it's worth, Rajasthan, BJP 50, Congress 35. Madhya Pradesh, BJP 45, Congress 39. Chhattisgarh, BJP 18, Congress 20. Telangana, Congress 15, BRS 12. So 2 states going the Congress way so far, and 2 states going the BJP way. Except for Rajasthan, where the lead seems sizable, which is 15 seats. In all other cases, the lead is really small, slender, and these numbers are changing by the second. And once again, I'll say, and Manu will second me on this, that these are mostly postal ballots yet, still. And I think the actual game will probably begin in half an hour from now.
Yes.
That's when probably you'll start seeing the EVMs. And
any early comments? Any early comments on?
Funny?
Yeah.
What is funny, Barkha, is that the Election Commission website has still not started releasing its official numbers.
Yes.
So it tells you that still very early days. The information we are getting from other sources is what we are telling you, right?
So look at Madhya Pradesh, Manu, if you want to comment on that. Again, I think Karthik's health warnings are very well taken. The EC has not even officially opened the counting right now to talk about leads. But you do have the BJP in the lead right now in Madhya Pradesh in 45 seats. This is not a surprise at this early stage. We're beginning to see some of the key candidates and their performances, from Sachin Pilot to Vasundhara Raje. Any comments, any early comments, Manu, on Madhya Pradesh?
Well, to understand Madhya Pradesh and this score line, one has to see that in Madhya Pradesh, there is a 4-time anti-incumbency against the BJP. Yet, we are seeing that BJP is a very, very competitive outfit as of now. So what does that tell us? BJP, so for example, if Gujarat is the Mount Everest of, let's say, the BJP politics or the saffron states, then Madhya Pradesh is also the K2. It's the second most saffron state. So Kamalnath any day will be facing an uphill battle in trying to wrest that seat, that state away. So Madhya Pradesh, I'm pretty sure it will be a very competitive election as of now. And once most of the regions roll in, the score lines may become closer.
Okay. Barkha, can I quickly step in, Barkha? This is important, Barkha. Sorry, I'm stepping in. Rajasthan now is showing you, so don't ignore the BJP Congress. Others is 7. At the end of the day, that might become very important. I can tell you,
Yes.
Barkha, at key voter, we know of at least 44 seats in Rajasthan where third-party candidates are spoiling the game for either the Congress or the BJP. And these third-party candidates include the rebels, the independents, and smaller parties like the RLP, like your BSP. So when the final results come out, that others chunk, not only will the others have cut into the votes, but they will have also won certain number of seats. But it is also possible that the leads that you see right now for the others may not turn into wins, but these leads will be sufficient to make or break the game for one party or the other. And in fact, even the tribal areas, you had the BTP and the BAP that sort of were playing spoiler for the Congress. So that's an important number to note. Even as we speak, for the first time, I think Congress is pulling ahead in Madhya Pradesh. Congress now 46 to BJP's 44. But Rajasthan, BJP is maintaining its lead of 46 to 37. Congress also pulling ahead in Chhattisgarh 23 to 17. And Congress pulling ahead in Telangana 16 to 30.
Right. So these are changing very quickly, and we should have political representation soon on our program. So hang on, Karthik, because obviously you're getting the leads quicker than our graphics are able to keep pace naturally. You're saying in Madhya Pradesh right now the Congress is just narrowly ahead. I'm seeing it on the banner now.
47 to 43 now, Barkha. And I think Manu is absolutely spot on that these are big states. So it is essentially a collection of regions. So Madhya Pradesh, I can tell you, Baghelkhand will vote very differently from Gwalior Chambal, from Malwa Nimad, from Mahakaushal, so from the Bhopal region. And a lot of these early trends come from places which are more sort of developed and quicker to release their results. So that's another sort of bias that comes into early trends. But right now, Congress 47 to BJP's 43. But we'd have no clarity on which regions these seats are coming from. If, say, a lot of these seats are coming from Mahakaushal region, where Kamalnath ji comes from, this is not surprising. But if the Congress is pulled, by the way, I must tell you, Barkha, T-Voter is the only agency that is predicted a majority for the Congress, sort of among the major polls. And the key difference was that we said that in the Gwalior Chambal area, the Congress will sweep, and in the Malwa Nimad area, they'll do well. That is contrary to what some of the other polls were saying. So if these numbers are coming from the Gwalior Chambal area, the Congress will be very happy. But if they are still coming from Mahakaushal, from Baghelkhand, then as Manu said, this is K2 organizationally for the BJP. So it's important. But at this point, Congress leading in MP, in Chhattisgarh, in Telangana, and Rajasthan, BJP is leading.
Okay, Anurag, your thoughts at the leads we're seeing thus far?
Well, I think Barkha, I think it's very, very early, and I think I really don't give a lot of importance to the postal ballots. Of course, although it is very interesting for analysts and psephologists to start analyzing, but I think it is extremely, early to say any comment, anything. I think it's as good as we are in a situation where the only numbers which are kind of a bit serious for us to introspect would be only exit poll numbers. So I don't think we should give a lot of importance to the early trend, particularly the postal ballots, because that has totally a different trend altogether, totally different culture altogether in itself, because it is casted way before, and that does not generally, in elections what I've seen, Barkha, is the last 3-4 days are very, very decisive, and last 3-4 days will always result into 2 to 3% of a swift here and there. So I think that's a big number in any state, particularly when you have this razor thin margins, this kind of last ball finish games that we are foreseeing right now. I think we still have to wait some more time, but clearly one thing is very clear. Is Rajasthan, of course. Yes, somebody was mentioning about Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat, Barkha. I mean, I have a personal view that Gujarat is typically is not a BJP state as such. I mean, although I'm a big supporter, but I can tell you that Gujarat has been strong only because of Mr. Modi's influence and what he could have, what he has done organizationally, bringing in all the Congress leaders. There's literally no opposition in Gujarat. But I would agree that Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, these two states are typically now a strong BJP bastions, and there is no doubt about it that the RSS organization skills and BJP's organization skills, they are deep rooted in these two states, and I would have draw a lot of parallel with these two states. But Gujarat, I think, I mean, you have seen the last election. You leave about this election where Congress never even bothered to campaign, but last election they were almost there. So I think Gujarat Congress has a pretty decent base, but I would say it's because of Mr. Modi's charisma. Mr. Modi is on the top. He is also the Chief Minister of Gujarat and the Prime Minister of India. So that is playing a major role. But otherwise, Madhya Pradesh has very, very strong, BJP flavor. I mean, you can actually go walk down the streets of Madhya Pradesh anywhere. You will fairly find Congress supporters, but BJP supporters are very traditional in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. So I think that is something which will be very difficult for Congress to come over. And that's why I said that only Kamalnath will not be in a position to do that. It would have been more of an inclusive leaders to take on the entire might of BJP, which I believe Congress has not done this time. They've actually, Barkha, one very interesting analogy is this time I feel Congress has worked in an outsourcing model, where you see Mr. Gehlot in Rajasthan, Mr. Kamalnath here, and even there are talks that Mr. Revant is also had some kind of an understanding. We don't know, I can't comment for sure, but there is some transactional relationship with Mr. Revant, and it appears very strongly in his confidence. I've not seen a leader coming out to the evening of an exit poll saying let's start celebrations. I mean, you generally Congress culture is you to take a permission from high command in even speaking anything after the polls.
So that's a very. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. There's been a kind of role reversal between BJP and Congress. In the BJP, you're seeing a kind of vanishing of a generation of state level leaders in this election, and in the Congress, you're seeing a kind of emergence of satraps that are asserting themselves almost autonomously from the so-called what used to be called the high command. I want to introduce our political guest this morning. We have K.S. Chauhan, BJP leader from Chhattisgarh. Namaskar, Chauhan ji, namaskar. And we also have Anshuman Sail from the Congress. Good morning, namaskar, Anshuman. And before I come to both of you, Karthik, yes, a quick overview of the leads, and then I'll get comments from our political guests. और थोड़ी छत्तीसगढ़ की भी बात करिए. हमारे पास चौहान जी हैं छत्तीसगढ़ से बीजेपी के. प्लीज.
नहीं, छत्तीसगढ़ की तो हम बराबर बात कर रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस 23 और बीजेपी 17, 40 लीड्स हैं. राजस्थान, बरखा, द गैप इज क्लोजिंग. बीजेपी 45, कांग्रेस 43. मध्य प्रदेश अगेन कांग्रेस 47, बीजेपी 44. तेलंगाना कांग्रेस 17, BRS 15. So I agree with Anurag that these are still postal ballots, not indicative of the larger trend. But we are now slowly moving into that territory where we will have to increase the amount of seriousness that we accord to the trends. Still not there, but getting there now. Getting there.
Okay. On that note, चौहान जी, आपसे सबसे पहले पूछूंगी, छत्तीसगढ़ के आंकड़े हमारे स्क्रीन पे हैं, ये लीड्स हैं, ये सुबह का टाइम है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, लेकिन सारे एग्जिट पोल्स ने कांग्रेस की एक विक्ट्री फोरकास्ट की है. इनफैक्ट भूपेश बघेल माइट एंड अप बीइंग, वी डोंट नो मध्य प्रदेश में क्या होगा, द ओनली इनकम्बेंट चीफ मिनिस्टर टू विन. अभी के आंकड़ों के मुताबिक कांग्रेस 23 सीट्स में आगे है, बीजेपी 17 में. बीजेपी हैज इंप्रूव्ड इट्स परफॉर्मेंस इवन अकॉर्डिंग टू द एग्जिट पोल्स. ये आंकड़े देख के आप क्या कहेंगे चौहान जी?
देखिए बरका जी, सबसे मेन बात तो ये है कि जो बैलेट पेपर के जो रहते हैं वो बाहर के जो जो कर्मचारी हैं और सरकारी कर्मचारी हैं, तो वो सरकारी कर्मचारियों के जो बैलेट पेपर आते हैं, मुझे बोलने में हिचकिचाहट नहीं होगी और किसी को बुरा भी नहीं मानना चाहिए, तो वो सरकार के पक्ष में जाते हैं। ये मेन देखा गया है, अभी तक यही देखा गया है कि बैलेट पेपर जो रहते हैं वो सरकार के पक्ष में ज्यादा जाते हैं। दूसरी बात ये है कि जितने भी एग्जिट पोल आए हैं, 8 से 10 पोल आए हैं, उसमें भारतीय जनता पार्टी को भी जीतते हुए दिखाया है और कांग्रेस को भी हारते हुए दिखाया है, ये हमें नहीं भूलना चाहिए। और सत्तारूढ़ जो पार्टी रहती है मेन, तो वो उसके बाद जो एग्जिट पोल आते हैं, तो वो एग्जैक्ट पोल जो रहते हैं वो एग्जिट पोल से हमेशा कम होते हैं। हम 2018 को निकाल के देख लें या 2003 को भी निकाल के देख लें, जब वो कांग्रेस पार्टी थी तो 62 जो एग्जिट पोल में दिखा रहा था तो आए थे 37, और हमारा जो 2018 का जो बता रहा था कि 45 से 50 सीट आएंगी, तो हमारे को बहुत कम सीट मिली थी। तो एग्जिट पोल जो है वो थोड़ी सी एज देता है सत्तारूढ़ पार्टी को, और उसका एक कारण एक और ये भी है कि जो सैंपलिंग लिया जाता है उससे, उसमें जो सत्तारूढ़ पार्टी रहती है, जो उस समय पार्टी रहती है और सरकार में रहती है, तो वो सरकार के खिलाफ नहीं बोलना चाहते हैं, लेकिन मत पेटियों में अपने निर्णय को उन्होंने दे दिया है। तो हमें पूर्ण उम्मीद है कि हम बहुत ही अच्छी बहुमत से जीत के आएंगे।
मैं कहना चाहती हूँ कि जो लड़ाई है वो है, मतलब इट्स नॉट अ वॉक ओवर। दैट्स द इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग चौहान जी। बीजेपी 25, कांग्रेस 30 इन छत्तीसगढ़। जी
बरखा जी, वॉक ओवर का तो सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता। आप जो जितने भी ये एग्जिट पोल के सैंपलिंग जो दिए गए हैं, 15 से 20 हजार सैंपलिंग दिए गए हैं, उसमें से महिलाओं का सैंपलिंग कम लिया गया है और महिलाएं 4% ज्यादा वोट डाली है इस बार। तो महिलाएं का जो वोट परसेंटेज रहेगा वो बहुत ज्यादा रहेगा। और पहले भी हम एग्जिट पोल का तो ये है 4% हमारे को बढ़त दिखा रहा है वोट ऑफ परसेंटेज में, 4% लगभग कांग्रेस को नीचे दिखा रहा है वोट ऑफ परसेंटेज में। और एग्जैक्ट पोल जो है पहले मध्यावधि चुनाव में भी आया है 2018 के बाद, उसमें भी लगभग 3.5 से 4% जो वोट ऑफ परसेंटेज था वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बढ़ रहा था और कांग्रेस का कम हो रहा था। तो हमारे को ये नहीं भूलना चाहिए। और प्रिविलेज जो दे रहा है, प्रिविलेज जो दे रहा है वो 6.5 भारतीय जनता पार्टी को दे रहा है, वहीं 2.75 जो एग्जिट पोल है वो प्रिविलेज दे रहा है।
मैं आपको इंटरप्ट करूंगी। आई थिंक वी कैन आल्सो टेक अ लुक एट द ओवरऑल लीड्स। भानु, आई नो यू वांट टू कम इन जस्ट
चौहान साहब के लिए अच्छी अपडेट दे रहा हूं एक। तो इस समय छत्तीसगढ़ की लीड्स बीजेपी 30, कांग्रेस 27। बीजेपी कांग्रेस से आगे निकलती
और बढ़ेगी सर, और बढ़ेगी।
बीजेपी 30, कांग्रेस 27 इज करेक्ट। चौहान जी आप कह रहे हैं और बढ़ेगी, लेकिन मेरा एक सवाल था। सॉरी कार्तिक, पहले आप सारे नंबर्स हमें अगर दिखा दें।
मध्य प्रदेश 58-51 बीजेपी लीडिंग, राजस्थान 57-46 बीजेपी इज लीडिंग, तेलंगाना कांग्रेस 27, BRS 25 कांग्रेस लीडिंग. So this is, I mean, one thing is clear: nobody is pulling ahead like drastically in any of the states so far.
So I was just going to say that. Sorry, can I interrupt? Because Anshuman Sail of the Congress is with us, and before his connection goes again, I want to bring him in at least for one comment. Anshuman, when we look at these numbers, जो उभर के आता है, टक्कर की लड़ाई है. Telangana, we're still waiting for a clear picture, but at the moment, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, these are early leads, health warning. But there are fierce fights on, even in Chhattisgarh, where the polls have given your party the advantage. Your thoughts this early Sunday morning, Anshuman.
Good morning, Barkha, and all the guests. So, I'll tell you that Congress party is going to win all these 4 states, and these are really early trends. Not even postal ballots must be counted as of now. So it's just 25 minutes since we started, and you can see that there is a fierce fight. We accept that there is a fierce fight in Chhattisgarh. There is a fierce fight in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Telangana. I was personally there for 3 months, so I can tell you that Telangana, Congress is going to win. Congress is going to win big in Telangana. My number for Telangana is definitely we are going to win 75 plus, because what I saw in Telangana across the state, I felt that People were voting for change. People were voting for Congress's 6 guarantees, and they were trusting the Congress's leadership. Next, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. What all the inputs that I have got in last 2.5 months? Chhattisgarh, I'm pretty sure that we are going to win decisively, more than 60 seats for sure. Then comes Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh also, I don't think that there will be any suspense. By the time we are at 10:30, there will be a clear picture in Madhya Pradesh where we will be getting a very comfortable majority in Madhya Pradesh.
Anshuman, I want to ask you something. And then I also want to ask Chauhan Saab the same question. मुझे ऐसा लगता है बीजेपी कांग्रेस ने थोड़ा रोल रिवर्सल किया. We are seeing in the Congress strategy after Karnataka a kind of localization of politics. आप अपने local leaders, ground level leaders, whether it's Siddaramaiah in Karnataka, Revanth Reddy, Kamalnath, Ashok Gehlot, you have to some degree set them free. Would you say, Bhupesh Baghel, would you say that's been a key part of the Congress's new strategy?
See, I won't agree to this in totality, because there was no time when state leadership in Congress was not given a free hand, right? They were not tied anywhere. So you say it all started with the Bharat Jodo. Bharat Jodo went through Karnataka, Bharat Jodo went through Telangana, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, all these states. So you just can't say that this was all local leadership, number one. Number two, I would say that the local leaders in Congress were always empowered. So you can't forget the days of Sheila Dikshit ji. You can't forget the days of Mr. Bhupendra Hooda. You can't forget the days of earlier days of Mr. Digvijay Singh. So it's like Congress always has given a free hand. Congress always has empowered its regional leaders, and it has never bulldozed its regional leaders. And while I'm talking to you, I can see that Madhya Pradesh Congress is now at 57 and BJP is at 53. So so the numbers are here. Rajasthan is 60-50, but Rajasthan is 60-50. But I hope that we are going to get. We are going to be the single largest party in Rajasthan.
In fact, now it's 54-50. 54 BJP, 50 Congress. Rajasthan.
Okay, so Rajasthan is also 54-50. And 13 others. So that's what I'm saying, that I'm very hopeful that it is going to be.
Ansuman, can I interrupt you? Sorry, Barkha.
Yeah.
It's Congress 50, BJP 53. But what is most interesting, Barkha, others is 14.
Right.
Others is 14. That's not the case in Madhya Pradesh, by the way. Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, roughly the same number of seats have been counted. Madhya Pradesh only 3 leads to others. This others factor in Rajasthan is probably going to ensure that you and I will have to do many more shows on Rajasthan in the coming week or so.
Well, again, with the health warning that these are early leads, Karthik, and let's see where the
these are early leads. And by the way, Karthik and Barkha, so if I may add, last time around, 26 of these independents, BSP, BTP, CPM, RLD, every one of them supported Congress. So I don't think that you guys have to do more shows, because by the end of the evening, you might see all these MLAs lining up in Jaipur to one person.
I was just going to remind our audience that even in the last election, Karthik, Ashok Gehlot actually managed a group of so-called independents as basically his own proxies. So what's very important is who are these others in Rajasthan. But before I come back to
राजस्थान में क्या बोला जा रहा है पता है आपको?
जी बताइए.
ये कहा जा रहा है कुछ गहलोत जी के बागी हैं, कुछ वसुंधरा जी के बागी हैं. अब कौन सा बागी किसकी सीट खराब कर रहा है, ये किसी को नहीं मालूम अंततः क्या होगा. But all I'm saying is, of course, these are early trends, but we're having some fun as well, right?
As we are talking, you should also update your audience. That Chhattisgarh is 50-50 in Rajasthan now.
Okay. And Madhya Pradesh Congress is 60 to BJP is 50, Barkha. Madhya Pradesh Congress in the lead of 10.
Can I have the latest numbers? Can I have the latest numbers from Chhattisgarh? एक minute.
It's 31-30 in Chhattisgarh as of now.
31-30. So चौहान जी, ये अच्छा हमारे थोड़े से 31-29 पे चल रहे हैं, क्योंकि हर राउंड पे थोड़े बदल रहे हैं. चौहान जी,
this is the latest Chhattisgarh.
मुझे एक सवाल पूछ लीजिए चौहान जी से. चौहान जी, हर प्रदेश में बीजेपी के हमने देखा है कि जो स्ट्रॉन्ग लोकल लीडर है, उसको प्रोजेक्ट नहीं किया। छत्तीसगढ़ में भी देखिए तो रमन सिंह जी को प्रोजेक्ट नहीं किया गया, राजस्थान में वसुंधरा जी को प्रोजेक्ट नहीं किया गया, मध्य प्रदेश में शिवराज को नहीं प्रोजेक्ट किया। आपको लगता है ये गलती, क्योंकि ये जो क्लोज फाइट चल रही है, हो सकता है आपकी फाइट और बेटर होती अगर आपके पास एक फेस होता हु वाज लीडिंग द कैंपेन। चौहान जी।
देखिए बरखा जी, भारतीय जनता पार्टी हमेशा टीम में विश्वास रखती है, और अगर धोनी को हटा दिया जाए कैप्टन से और विराट कोहली को लगा दिया जाता है तो धोनी का परफॉर्मेंस कम नहीं होता है। तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी 11 के 11 खिलाड़ी जो हैं उनकी काबिलियत के हिसाब से खेलते हैं, और ये नहीं बोलते हैं कि हमारे को कैप्टन बनाया जाएगा तब हम अपना 100% देंगे, तो ऐसा नहीं है। सभी के सभी लोग वहां पर लगे हुए हैं। और इसमें एक और चीज रहती है कि जैसे केंद्र का नेतृत्व जो होता है वो एज ए गाइडेंस, एज ए गार्जियन जो हमारे को गाइड करता है, जो हमारे को प्रोटेक्ट करता है, तो उनकी एक और एज मिलती है जो कि कांग्रेस पार्टी में ये नहीं देखने को मिलती है। आप किसको लाएंगे कांग्रेस पार्टी में, आप खुद हाल देख रहे हैं कांग्रेस पार्टी का। लेकिन हमारे शीर्ष नेतृत्व, हमारा सौभाग्य है कि हमारे शीर्ष नेतृत्व का आशीर्वाद और उनका गाइडेंस हमारे को मिलता रहता है, और उनके गाइडेंस के हिसाब से हम चलते हैं। जी
अच्छा, मैं कहना चाह रही थी कि